Hello. Well, I left, this is the same Vic-20 that I was testing before. I left it sitting on the dead test to see how things would go after a while. It has now run through, as it says, cycle 107, and it still is coming up quite happy. Quite happy. Which is, of course, encouraging. For those that may not have seen the last episode, this is, I was lent a cartridge called the Penultimate Plus cartridge for the Vic-20, which has all kinds of magical things in it. I'm looking at the dead test, but it has games, and it has memory, and it has Basic 4, and I mean, I've just scratched the surface of all that it has. It has bunches of things. Anyway, so I am pleased that this Vic-20 seems to be most happy. And I have another one here. Now, let me just turn this off, unplug, and then very carefully remove the cartridge. Now, is this one marked? It is. Works. Tidy up with it. November 29. I'm going to mark it that it has been tested by the cartridge. So here we have another Vic-20. It says it works. It does. That's encouraging. But you see, I mean, I suspect if it comes up and works, it's just fine. But the dead test cartridge that this has as part of it will help find anything that might be wonky, like, come on, there we go. Some of these things, well, I don't know, there could be RAM issues, there could be, you just don't know. So let's just turn this on for a second. And it comes up with its typical menu. But we very quickly want to go to Utilities and Vic Dead Test. And there it is. So this machine has not been run through before, although it did say it was working. We shall see. So I know I've just, as I said, scratched the surface with this cartridge, but some of it has passed. But I'm very pleased with it. And yes, I did try a game or two, not many, and I didn't count how many there are, but there seems to be a lot. And I really haven't done a whole lot yet. I was most interested in the dead test because, of course, I'm working on machines that might be dead. I am. So, little by little, it's gone through the RAM. And so far, it's looking okay. It is. Now, over next to me, there's some more Vic-20s. How many? Well, not as many as the Commodore 64s. Not nearly. But, you know, quite a few. So having this cartridge available, I think, is helpful. Now, as I don't have a machine handy and open right here, but I'm assuming that if the video chip is bad, then this cartridge probably won't let us see anything. And if whatever it is, probably a 6526 or something like that chip in the Vic-20 is bad and it won't use a cartridge, then of course the cartridge won't work. But that in itself tells things. It does. So it does seem to test the RAM and test the character, basic, and kernel. And then, oh look, it does it all again. Now I didn't hear the sound on that run through, but you see, I don't think I turned the sound on the monitor down because it was just way too loud, and I'm not looking at the correct input. If I go here, then as this runs through and gets to the end, I believe, yes, we do have volume, we should hear. Now the sound check on a Vic-20 is not as extensive as that on a Commodore 64. There's not a whole lot, like it's really maybe a second long, and that's about it. But we'll let this run through one more time, and we'll keep checking. Maybe we'll find something here that this can help diagnose. Perhaps. I'm assuming maybe this dead test cartridge exists in some other way. Or it did, but I don't know. I've never had one in the whole time that I've had a Vic-20. And yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it is continuing. I think it will be very soon. We'll hear, possibly, if there is sound. Possibly. It is running through the ROM, and then I think, well, that wasn't even a second, but yeah, that's the extensive sound test. Alright, so we can cycle back through to our Commodore logos. Little by little, I have been gathering other pictures that I like, but you see, I can't have them too bright, because then it makes the picture while I'm sitting here look very dim. And I'd like to think this one is working well, but it does have a lot of white right here, so that might throw off things. I don't know, I'll find out when I look at the recording. I can, if I press my mouse a couple of times, something else will appear. Maybe next, what will we see? Oh, that's kind of the Jello looking logo. Out of all of them, I'm still drawn to this one the most. I am. Oh, well, they're all nice. Well, while this is doing that there, I do not want to knock things over. So such as this Vic-20 that is working. So I will set it there. And then I will reach over here and grab another. This is a little sticker. Oh, what does this say? Strange green. Cards kind of work. RAM likely. Fix. Well, this sounds like a good can of what kind of, yes. Oh no. It's a two-pronger. Oh. And I don't have a two-prong power supply handy. That's annoying. Okay. Well, I will put that there. Now first, okay, this one has, it's missing a key. Works. Power supply suspect. Oh. Alright, let's turn that off. Let's just see what we have. There we go. So, this one. I will mark that it has, oh dear. Woo. It too has been successfully checked on the cartridge. Now, let's see. Hello. Let's turn this on. Well, at first glance, it looks pretty good. But it did have some reported, hello, oh, come on, nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Oh, all right. Well, up came the menu. Let's go to the dead test and see if it has anything to report. As I said before, works. Power supply. Oh, okay, works. Okay, well this probably is fine. But we'll see. We will see. Excuse me. I will have to find the other power supply. I shall. And if this works, maybe we should try a game of sorts. Perhaps. It's looking good so far. It is. If I reach behind me, I will find this machine. Another Vic-20. This was the one that I tried initially. Strange happenings on Power Up. And there were a lot of strange things going on. Very strange. So I think that one needs a little more digging into before this would be helpful, I think. I think it would. Oh. Yes. I'll have to check the brightness with this here. I can, and I might, if this ends up making things very dark. I can always tone it down a bit. Well, I would rather not. I would not. Rather. So it is testing. It is still testing. We're not going to hear the sound, but I'm assuming it works. When does it not work? It is doing color RAM, screen RAM, other things, and checking character. Yay. Yay. Okay, it's starting to test again. So this one also worked. Excellent. Let's mark that. 10 plus. Check. I'm just sitting these on their side on the floor, which is potentially dangerous. But I think I heard something in here. Oh no, no. No, we are not going to plug this one in. This one, I don't know if you can see that. This is the one, and it's a two-pronger. I plugged it in, and before I could even turn it on, smoke appeared. So we are not going to mess with that at all. No way. No how. No, 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 no. Well, there are more machines back here. Firstly, I see a keyboard. Just a keyboard. That will not help us. What's this? Works, but has strange color issues. Oh, this could be good. Maybe. Hello. I have a little trouble sometimes getting. This is the modified Commodore 128 power supply that I also refer to as butchered. It's kind of, I mean, it's fine, it works, it's great, I mean, it's dandy. It's just, it's just a little harder to get it in. Now, I saw some funny stuff on Power Up, and now I see none of that. Well, it's a good thing we have the dead test cartridge here. We can put inside. First of all, see if the cartridge comes up, and it does. So go to the utilities and hit the dead test. Along the top of the screen, there was a funny pattern, just for a moment. And anything like that can be the sign of something. I find here a little wee ceramic 8701 chip. I must take care of that. I must. So this is running through. It's testing. It is. Well, I wonder where I have another thing. Anyway, if I wrote that there was color issues, there must have been issues of color, or with color. There must have been. So far, so good. The RAM is coming along fine. So far, so good. maybe if this one works. Yes, perhaps this time. Try. I don't think plugging in a joystick in the midst of this will cause any great troubles, but I don't know. Of course, it's always a good idea to turn everything off before plugging anything into anything, just in case of static. Alright, we're almost through this. And so far, we're okay. Interesting. Well, let's see here. Which is the reset switch? Alright, that is not the reset switch. Let's try that one. That's the reset switch. Let's go back to games and let us select a different input. Now I can Attack of the Mutant Camp. I did not play tons of games, but that sounds just too cool. Okay. Press fire for start. Select start level. Well, since I don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to press fire. I guess that's me. I've cleared a zone. This is pretty fun. Now, I'm suspecting... I was just going to say, I'm suspecting those ships, at some point, are going to cause me trouble. I'm soon going to perish. I'm going to zap things here. Look out for anything that might cause me harm. Which there is much. I'm not dead yet. Now I'm dead. Wow. That was pretty cool. Maybe the volume is a little loud. Perhaps. So I get 740. All right. Just one more time. switch, and I will not. I'm moving around, hoping that a moving target will be harder to kill. But that may not be the case. So I'm trying to get these guys coming down. And it's not going well. I cleared the zone. I think I got more points too. Maybe because it took me longer to clear the zone. I'm going to move over here. Yeah, that went well. Alright. I'm going to move over here. And wait. Fire. Oh, I guess those things, if they come down, they look like little Starship Enterprises. Maybe those are the camels. I guess they kill you. You know, I remember hearing about this game. I have never, ever played it. So far, sitting here seems to be doing quite well, but I can't imagine that that's going to last. Mystery bonus. I am moving on. Oh, well, yeah. I think I'm going to move to the other side and give this a try. Well, I guess I need to move around a bit. So I'm going to go over here again. Thinking, oh, and a moving target. It's harder to hit. Well, I got 700 the first time, 14,620 that time. Why is that thing moving down, down, down? It's moving down. Cool. Copyright. Yes. Cool. Well, that was good. I would recommend that game. I would. I shall. So, if I press this button, what's going to happen? We're going to reset? We're going to reset. So, once you have the menu up, you just use the cursor. Exit to basic. Oh, and it has a menu here if you do have the cartridge. Okay, so I've told it that I want to use 35K. No, I want to exit to basic. And what happens? Exit to basic. Resetting back. And I do. Now this looks atrocious. This looks pretty good over here. I don't know why. Maybe it's something with this machine. It's funny, because the cartridge looked alright. Oh well, Vic-20s are funny things, you know. Yeah, I mean, there are color differences here. Like this stuff is green, this stuff is orange. Let's try going back to the utilities. Let's try leaving the machine in basic 4 with 27K. See how it looks here. Ew. Not bad over here. Very strange. Well, I will make notes of this. See over here, the screen is green and blue and black on the back. Usually, the background is white. Ooh. Oh well. Hello. Hello. There are so many inputs on this thing. What do we got? Commodore. Okay, so we're off. We're going to take this out. Maybe that's what I had written on there for. Works has strange colors. So it did pass. Well, I'm going to put a note in here. I need to adjust the colors. I will. I shall. Well, that perhaps is enough for this moment. So far, and we're looking at the Penultimate Plus cartridge for the Vic-20. There it is. And so far, I'm pretty pleased. Even impressed. Even if all you want to do is have some games and never want to test anything and never want to do anything, it looks pretty okay. So, for this moment, I think I will look for more Vic-20s and hopefully I can find some that are more challenging to this and that might actually show up something bad. But until then, I remain David Bradley.